Lights out. Time to run what you brung. They're away in a puff of smoke. Good start by Sandro Doulis. Gets a good jump. But so does Oleski. And Oleski's going to try and get to the inside of Nicola Falzaresi. Can't make it happen. Got some shuffling going on in the back. Looks like one of the Williams is off. Just a quick on-off and back on. Looks like that was George Wilkes. And Borbune to the outside, inside of Sandro Doulis. Can't make it work.
But
and Oleski is going to try and sweep around the outside of Falzaresi. And that is really tight racing. And Oleski's going to get the spot for now, but I don't think Falzaresi's going to give it up that easily. He's definitely going to be coming back as they head through the chicane here. Meanwhile, it looks like Jensen Randall has worked his way up into 7th already. And slipstream for Falzaresi. He's going to try and make a move. Oleski's going to take the more defensive line. Falzaresi's going to have to go to the outside. A little bit of side drafting going on. Oh, and Sandro late on the brakes that time.
Oh, Borbune loses it. Comes back on track. He lost a couple positions, so that was, again, I think that was coming out of turns 2 and 3, battling with someone, dirty air, not going to have the arrow he needs.
And that is going to move Jensen Randall up into the 6th position. Meanwhile, Nick Van Gelder, who started dead last, has worked his way up into 9th. He just got around Dion Stahl, and now he's bringing Senna Haywire with him, and looks like Dion's lost 2 positions here in a couple of corners to the Red Bulls.
Falzaresi gets back past Koivuniemi. It was after that turn 11 and turn 12.
So Jensen Randall started 13th up into 3rd, and we got a caution flag flying in Sector 1, and looks like that might be... Oh, that's Tim Ventic. Looks like he's had an issue. He's gone around. And it looks like, oh, Senna Haywire is binned it somewhere. So virtual safety car, and we're back to green flag racing, and it looks like Oleski caught Sandro, maybe Sandro napping. Sandro's trying to get back to the inside and take that position away. They're side by side coming out of the corner. Oh, and Sandro's going to give it up.
Or is he? He's got DRS.
Around the outside's going to become the inside.
Oh,
Oleski's going to have to cut the corner. George Wilkes is going to go with Sandro, and Oleski is going to get the short end of the stick on that one. Loses a couple of positions.
Time for Falzaresi and Randall, and about the worst it could be for Koivuniemi.
Meanwhile, Jensen Randall to the inside of Falzaresi. Down the dog leg straight away. Going to make that move easily. Falzaresi's going to try and keep it tight to the inside, but it's not going to work, and he's going to have to concede the position. Falzaresi drops back to 2nd. Jensen Randall, your new leader. And George Wilkes just had an issue and off track, and now Nick Van Gelder and Borbune is making it a 3-car battle as they split George Wilkes 3 wide down the straightaway.
This is dangerous.
I don't know, George Wilkes, I just picked up the action. Wilkes was off, and now Borbune trying to take that position. So he jumps up into 5th. Back to the front, Nicola Falzaresi's making a move on Jensen Randall for the top spot. Oh, my goodness, and cuts across the nose of Jensen Randall and takes that position away. Falzaresi back out in front. And look at this. We've got drops of rain here in Miami.
And this track can really come back to bite you if you don't pit at the right time. So this is going to get very interesting. Be curious to see Jensen Randall. He's right on the diffuser of Nicola Falzaresi, but as he starts to lose grip, both with aging medium tire compound and slicks on what looks like a wet track, this could get messy. He does get the overtake done.
And he's got the DRS. Starting to see a little bit of spray coming off of the back of Jensen Randall's car. Falzaresi almost loses the back end. And you can definitely see it is now getting wet for sure. And it looks like some of these guys are going to head into the pits. Does anybody gamble and try to stay out just a tick longer?
Be interesting to check a little farther back to see now that, yeah, it looks like it is just about everyone. I was going to check on Borbune, who's been battling.
And
but no.
DRS is disabled, so the rain has come down heavy enough to take out the DRS. And this is now the closest Nick has been. Oh, dragging the wheels. Gets a couple of upshifts, and here he goes. He's making the move on Borbune.
Yeah, it kind of looked like Borbune maybe clanged into the wall coming out of turn 16, and that opened the door here for Nick Van Gelder, who gets the overtake done.
Whoa, Nick.
Oh, Nick saves
it.
Jeez. Oh, he's still sliding.
But look, he's come back. He's come back that quick. And oh my goodness,
It's
I mean,
so dangerous.
just all over the gearbox. Side by side as they head into the left-hander.
Oh!
Whoa!
I don't know how these two are still driving with cars that are in shape to drive.
Nick is... I don't know where Nick finds all this opposite lock in this car. He takes the position at the chicane of all places. It's not even a passing area, but I guess it can be in the wet. And now Borbune all over the back of him.
Rosso Abia has gained 4 seconds on these two just from all this action in front of him. Alexei Koivuniemi has gone into the pit lane.
Let's see if Aleski switches over to the full wets. I imagine that these guys are going to have to start doing it. Oh, and here we go. Borbune outside trying to do the crossovers. Van Gelder. And these guys are going to go around one more time before anybody decides to pit.
They're
side by side.
A lot of standing puddles. I think Koivuniemi was 100% spot on to go to the wets. I'm curious to see how much time is he going to gain compared to the cars around him.
Oh, he's coming out in this battle. Oh my goodness.
Everyone's starting to pit now, so Koivuniemi getting out there a lap early. Let's see what kind of undercut he's got with the wet compound.
Look how hazy it is and foggy. And you can see all the standing water. Tim Ventic is going to...
Oh my gosh.
Almost loses the car. Great save. Meanwhile, Van Gelder around the outside. The crossover move from Tim Ventic, and now they're side by side as they head down the front straightaway into turn 1. Now he's going to try and go side by side with them. Oh! And Tim's going to make it happen this time. Ooh. Nick almost... Did they make contact? Did he hit the wall?
I think Van Gelder might have clipped the wall there. He didn't lose too much time, but he did lose a position. But if you're Tim Ventic, you're not in the clear.
Van Gelder back to the inside. Oh, but Noel's going to try and run up the rear of Tim Ventic. And Ventic to the outside. It looks like Van Gelder clipped the wall again. He's going to lose a couple of positions. And now Noel is up into the 7th spot. Tim Ventic is 6, but here comes Nick Van Gelder again. Back to the inside to take back both positions he just lost.
Oh, that is a shallow.
Unbelievable drive by these guys. And they're rubbing. Here comes Noel. He's going to be 3. Well, you can't go 3 wide through this corner. That's never going to work.
Yeah, that was a really shallow entry for Nick Van Gelder, so I was already kind of clenching my teeth.
And Ivan Brito's retired from the session. Virtual safety car is out. Does anybody take advantage?
With Jensen, he is going into the pit lane. So yeah, he should be fine coming out. Nicolo Falzaresi coming around turn 17, I expect, with Jensen going in, so will he.
So we're going to have ourselves a little bit of a... Depending on how quickly this gets re-racked, we might only have like a 2 or 3 lap shootout.
We are racing again, Jensen Randall. There's going to be 2 laps of full racing, everyone on fresh inters for the most part.
Oh, and Aleski immediately tries to get to the inside of Sandro. Sandro goes defensive and tries to cut him off, but Aleski's going to get to the inside of him going into turn 1.
Oh no, Sandro!
Contact! Oh, no!
Oh, Sandro and George Wilkes, 2 drivers who had a great race to this point.
Gonna ride along with Nick there, see if he can make this move on Tim Ventic heading down the back straightaway. Whoa, and he locks up the front wheels. And these guys are actually within striking distance of Oleski. So starting the final lap, couple of spots still up for grabs.
It's going to be Jensen Randall, yet another win for SRL, Season 9 and Round 21 at Miami. Last to finish yet again, even in the rain, makes it look easy. Nicolo Falzaresi, the Italian driver, into P2.